another installment of my 2015 Home Purge series, where earlier in the spring I showed you how I went through my clothing and purged through that, and also how I went through my beauty stash. And now I'm kind of transitioning from the master bedroom area to my office, my home office, and I'm basically doing my purge by room, but also by category. And I'm borrowing some of the principles from Marie Kondo's very popular book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which I reviewed. I'll put lots of links for you down below if you want to see any of these things that I've mentioned that I've already done. And she has books pretty high up on the list in terms of ordering of, what to go through. And I thought that was kind of the good next step, because I keep half my books here in our master bedroom, and the other half of my books are in my home office, which is where I wanted to go next. So it seemed like the next most natural place to go. So basically my plan is I'm not going to do the whole Marie Kondo method where I pull all the books and put them in a pile on the floor. I'm going to leave them on the bookshelves, but I'm going to kind of go through them, and my plan is if I don't instantly think that I would read that book again, it goes. That is basically what I'm going for. So I'm going to start here in the bedroom. I'll give you guys before shots of everything so you can see my book collection and how I've had them organized before. I have a feeling I will stick with the similar organization afterwards, and then I will show you what I get rid of and how I have reorganized. I have 2 tall bookshelves in our master bedroom where I keep a combination of fiction and nonfiction books, as well as some photographs and mementos. To sort the books, I decided just to go in order of shelf from top to bottom, left to right with the bookshelves. And I just started pulling out things that I knew immediately I was never going to read again. And then I started putting things back, organizing books kind of in a way that makes sense to me. For instance, on the top shelf, I put some of the books that I classify as older classics, and then on the next shelf down, kind of newer classics and so on. And I also made a point of cleaning the shelves and adjusting the shelves as needed during this whole purge process. I found that the purging process was actually very, very simple and went very fast. It was the reorganization that took some time and effort and thought. So here you can see the bookshelves in my bedroom after they've been completely sorted and organized. And I actually pulled in a lot of the books from the office, in fact most all of them, which you will see in a moment when I get to the office bookshelves. But I'm really, really happy with the way it turned out. I took my time with the organization and really thought through the categories, and I sorted my books kind of based on categories that made sense to me, and each shelf is dedicated to a different category. And I think sorting books just really depends on your preferences and your personal sense of organization. Moving on to my home office, you can see I have these 2 gorgeous built-ins here. I had them filled with books, mainly kind of series of books, collections of books, and then also I had a couple bookshelves dedicated to brand new books that I've yet to read. And just the same process here, I just kind of went through and decided what I was going to read again, and if it didn't make that list, then I got rid of it. And I ended up actually moving most of these books into the bedroom. So there wasn't a lot of organization to be done with these shelves, because honestly I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with them at this point. My office is kind of up in the air at the moment, but I'm happy that I've gotten all my books into the bedroom. And here you can see all of the books that I ended up purging from the master bedroom and the home office. Now I also did my cookbooks, which live downstairs in our family room in this sofa back console. I have a lot of cookbooks and cook magazines, and I had Don help me with this because he's the main cook in our family at the moment, so we kind of went through them and talked about it together. But I ended up paring down the ones that we really don't use very often, and I ended up getting rid of all of those everyday magazines that I used to collect that I haven't looked at in years. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and now we have books that we actually use, which is great. So you can see I have all of our kind of cookbooks on the top shelf, baking books, and sort of general kitchen know-how stuff on the bottom shelf. I also thought magazines should classify as books, so I keep my magazines in a little basket by my stool here in the kitchen. You can see on the left, it's all magazines, and I actually have quite a few magazine subscriptions, most of which I pay for, but a few of which I just randomly receive, and I'm not sure why. And I've really thought about it over the years, and especially recently, I just haven't made the time to read magazines, and I made the decision that I was just going to cancel all of my subscriptions. I decided if there comes a time where I want a magazine, I will go buy it, but it's just a waste of paper and money to be getting all these subscriptions when I don't even use it. So that solves that purging problem. All gone. I managed to fill up 14 grocery bags of books to donate, and I'm very happy with what is left in my collection. Alright, so the purging process took it didn't take very long, and I didn't think it would. It was the actual like rearranging and organizing of the books that took some thought, and I had to move around some of the shelves in my bookshelves anyway to accommodate the size of the books and the order I wanted them stacked. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I almost cleared out the books of the shelves in my office and moved what remained back in here. There are still a few things that I'm leaving in there, like crafting kinds of books. So those I'm leaving in there, and any like reference style book that I would want in my office. But everything else I've basically moved into here, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the bookshelves in my office yet. I'm kind of thinking of reorganizing my office a little bit anyway. After I complete my purge, we'll kind of see how the wind blows me with that one. But I'm really happy that I was able to kind of pare down my book collection, because I've always loved having hard copies of books, but it's kind of a waste of space if I know I'm really never going to read those books again, you know? And I really only want to keep books in my possession that I want to read again. So if there ever comes a time where I'm like, well, that's probably the last time I'm going to read that book, then I can donate it. And that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning on donating all of the rest of the books. I got rid of at least half of my books. Probably about half, I would say. I haven't like counted. I'm looking at the stack right now. It's pretty big. Yeah, I think it went pretty well. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. I'd love to know if you've purged through your books recently, what process you used, and how it turned out. If you want to send me pictures of your tidied bookshelves on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, just be sure to tag me at OrganizedGen. I will resume the Purge series in a little bit, but I'm going to pause for a minute next week to clean out my garage, which is one of my annual spring cleaning things, and I thought I would share that process with you because it needs a bit of a deeper clean, and I've kind of been neglecting it. The garage tends to be neglected though, doesn't it? Anyway, I feel like that's a common experience. Maybe not for everybody, but I feel like it's more common. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next week with my garage clean out for spring, and I hope you're all well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.